Thanks for having me. I'm always excited to talk about Medical Missions for Christ Clinic. I'll give you a little background of myself with medical missions. So I was always the behind the scenes. So if somebody would need something, they would contact me and I would do it and nobody knew who did it. So because that's what I was comfortable doing. So I had jobs in the medical field as supervisors and managers, and then I went to UPS and I was a manager there, and then I went to a water company and I was a manager there, and then I was happy in those positions, but I knew that there was more for me to do. And what you're seeing today is not what I was back then, because I was that vaccine person. I didn't want to be seen up front. And so a lot of prayer went into it, and job came open, and I knew within seconds, I called and said, you know what, I'm your person. I know that I'm your person. And so anyway, interviewed and got the position, been there almost it'll be 5 years this year. And I love to talk about Medical Missions for Christ. And so I will let you know that this is our 20th year anniversary. Now, if I would ask you how many have heard of Medical Missions for Christ, probably about half of you would say, I have no idea. 20 years and nobody knows. So I've worked really hard marketing our name and what we do and things like that, just trying to get things out. When I started Facebook, of course, that's a good social media. We had 72 people. We're up to over 2,000. So I asked you, take your phones out. I'm not offended, and be one of our followers. So you'll see the great things that we actually do. So I'm going to talk mostly about what we do and go into behind the closed doors as well. So I can tell you that we're a primary care physician. First of all, we see people that do not have insurance or underinsured. Whenever I talk about underinsured, I'm talking about people that might be in the donut hole. You all heard about that, I'm sure. These are people that have maybe Medicare or probably have used all those benefits for the year, and now their insurance isn't going to pay. If they fall under the 200% poverty level, which is fairly easy to do, and they qualify for our clinic. By qualifying, they have to fall under the 200% poverty level and how many people are in their household. So 1 to 2 people make less than $40,000, they're going to qualify. If they don't have insurance, or they have insurance but their insurance isn't paying. A lot of it goes with dental. A lot of people don't have dental insurance, but they might have medical. And we will see them if they qualify. So we probably about 95% of our patients are diabetics. That's a lot of people. So we are not like a regular clinic. We take our patients and make them our friends. And I can tell you that almost 99% of our patients will come up to the front. We can name them by name. We could probably name their wife, their husband. We know their dog's name. We know their kids. We're their friends. And so when you go to your doctor's office, do you get that kind of treatment? Probably not. I know I don't. So what it's all about is to love on one another. We're doing it in Christ's name. And so just to let you, I'll get there. So we get to pray with the patients, our doctors, our nurses, our staff, our volunteers. It doesn't matter. If they're in need of something, we're going to pray about it. We're going to meet that need. There's never been a time in the last 5 years that we have not met a need. Rather, it's something that they might need that's tangible, or, whatever it might be. We're going to do that. And so that's a commitment to them. We also make them reliable about their health. So when they leave, we work with the health department. So their lab work has to be set, and they will have to come in and get their lab work done. And then that will have it at the next visit. So they have to be responsible. And that's what we try to do, is because we want them to feel worthy, and we want them to be able to go back out into our communities and get a job or whatever their purpose is. And most of the time they don't have a job. So, and sometimes we help them, as far as filling out a resume or, whatever it might be. We go beyond what our scope is for. So with the medical, we do dental. We're desperately needing dental hygienists, dentists. We have one dentist that comes from the metro Kansas City area. So we have one dental office that will help us get dentures. But other than that, that's it. And the reason why is either they cannot keep their dentist, or they're so busy that they can't fit our patients in. So, and it might be 6 to 8 months before they get to see our patients. So a lot of our patients, dental-wise, are drug users, unfortunately. Most of them have sought help, and so they're no longer using, but it's made havoc on their teeth. So a lot of times we're having to pull all those teeth, but unfortunately, we don't have the money if they're under 60 years old to go to the dentist to get dentures. So with that being said, we do have, our facility is, we have grants, we have individuals that donate, we have churches, and to be honest with you, we have one business that donates every month. So, we're always seeking out new opportunities and just trying to get more donors because it helps us, of course, day-to-day use. But the grants that we get are mostly for 60 years old and over. It's not for the Gen X or, we don't see kids, so 18 years old up to 99. So it's hard for them to look presentable for a job. They're embarrassed because they have no teeth. And so I'm just going to be honest, that's one reason why we've went this far to apply for the Sudsy Supper and any other Rotary grants, and because it will be applied to those younger generation. Because we want to see them out there. We want to see them, Let me tell you, I had one gentleman that came in and lost all his teeth. We had to pull them all. And within 6 weeks, we had enough money to get him dentures. The first people he came back after he got his dentures came into our office, and he come in and he's a jokester, and he's kind of sad. He looks like he's about to cry, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, what's going on? And all of a sudden he got this big old smile. And so, it was just awesome to see that. And every time he comes, he still comes in, even whether he needs our services or not. And he just still thinks this to this day. That's been 3 years ago. And he's so happy. And he's got a job. And, he feels worthy. That's the whole thing. He's making money for himself that he can go out and do things now, So, it's stories like that we like to hear, that we actually got to see him from, the bottom, and now he's way up here. So, that's what we're all about, is to love on them. We make friends for a lifetime, so So we also do chiropractor. We do vision and other things. We do a lot of referrals. So if we see a patient and they need to have a chest X-ray or something like that, we work really well with Lake Regional Hospital. And so we do have a liaison at that hospital that takes paperwork for us, goes through it, and most times they don't have to pay for that test. So I have not seen where anyone's had to pay for it. They've all been written off. We don't send a whole lot, but when it's, a case that needs to be done, they will help us out. Everything's, like I said, is donated. All of our equipment's donated. Medication is donated. So people have lost their loved ones, and that medication can come to us. If it's been unopened or expired, we can use that with our patients. We also do a prescription assistant program. So if people are a patient, we can get medications for free up to a year, and then they just have to reapply for that. So most of it's insulin, that seems to be a lot. But we also, let's see, what else do we do?
Your medical equipment is something that
Our yes, our shepherding program, and we have a shepherding program, and we have a shepherd's key. So, so the shepherding program is for people that are in need medically, maybe not be able to get out of the house. And this is the best scenario that I have because we've done this. We had a gentleman that hadn't been able to get out of his house for years. He has one step from his kitchen to his garage. Couldn't do it. And his wife can't lift him because he's in a wheelchair. And so to get to the doctor, she always had to call neighbors or EMS or whatever to get him from that one step down. We called a church in that area. They built him a ramp. Now he can get out. So we use, we use our resources around here and get people to help us. So that's the best scenario I have for that. But we've had people that have water heaters go out, and you don't think that's medical, but you need water, So we've helped, find somebody that would install one. We've also had people donate things like that. So we find our resources and we use them because we want to partner up with, businesses around that can help us out however we can. We also have the Shepherd's Key. And so what that is durable medical equipment. So crutches, walkers, hospital beds, you name it, CPAP machines, BiPAP machines, all the stuff that goes with it. We have a storage shed that's climate controlled. And so things are donated to us, and then we get to donate those out as well. So if I'm going to use Ron, he's had to use this for some medical equipment. We've had bedside commodes, shower chairs, and you name it. It's all free. It's free to us. It's free to you. You can bring it back, and either that or some people are in the need and they go and sell them. It's okay. We don't. That's a matter to us, so long as it's meeting the need of that person. So we do rely on donations for that as well. So if somebody says how much it is, it's free, but if you can, we'd love to have a donation. So we do well with that as well. But our storage shed, matter of fact, 3 weeks ago, we blew it out. We had nowhere to put anything. So we had 3 hospital beds come in at one time. We haven't had a hospital bed probably for 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden we have 3 in one day. We have a group of guys that will come and pick it up and bring it to us, or maybe deliver it to somebody. We have a waiting list of different items. lift chairs, those are, we can't even keep them, I mean, as soon as we get it, it's gone. So, but that's a big necessity for us. And then, getting back to the 20th year anniversary, I'm gonna tell you, we only have a few fundraisers that we do. And, we usually have our trivia, which is our biggest event. That's usually held in October. And so we have about 500 people. I mean, it's huge. And so we will be having that on October 3rd. And it's $25 to play the game, silent auction, and you'll be fed. And usually it's like tacos or something, but we're changing it up because it is our anniversary. So I think we're doing barbecue at this time. And so it'll be like pulled pork and pulled chicken and then whatever fixing goes with it. So kind of trying to do it up where it's kind of a party. And so usually, you have dessert and things like that. We did do a raffle last year. We did 2 e-bikes, Harley Davidson e-bikes. And so anyway, one of the gentlemen is a big donor of ours, and he's around 90 years old and he's crippled. And so he bought 6 tickets and he won it. So he was brave enough. He came, he got it, and he put it together. And because it wasn't put together, we left it in the box because it's so big. So he did take it home. His son wrote it one time just to prove that his dad couldn't write it. And so anyway, he brought it back, and so we're raffling that off now until April 30th. So I think it's $20 a ticket, and buy 5 get 1 free. And so we do have it. I can see it. It's a woman's bike, but I mean, pull the seat up. It's like a 6 foot something for a 6 foot something person. I don't know, but it's really nice. It is a Harley Davidson. We got it from them, and so we're trying to raffle it off until April. And then we've got that raffle going on. And at the same time, we also have a shoe drive going on. This shoe drive will go until April sometime, maybe May. So right now, our goal is 500 bags of shoes. That's 25 bags, or 25 pairs of shoes in a bag. We are at 263. We started January 5th. So we're at 263 bags of shoes. That's a lot. So now we do help the communities out. We helped 10 families last year. And when I talk about families, I'm talking 5 to 10 people in those families, and we help each one. So that's quite a bit of shoes. The rest of those shoes will go overseas to women that have been abused or anything like that. They're trained to sell these shoes to keep their family going, and so they open their own business with these used shoes. So that's what that's for. Like I said, our goal is 500 bags, and I have no doubt that we're gonna. I mean, I've never seen so many shoes that communities can have. There's so many shoes. So, and if we can't use those shoes, we do donate those to recycle. So it's not like it's going back into the landfill. Okay. So anyway, if you're interested in that, you can just bring them over to Medical Missions for Christ. We're in the same building as the health department here in Camden. So you can bring them Monday through Friday, and if we're not, we're usually close on Friday, but you can just drop them off for you. We'll get those. So the next thing is that there's always a citywide garage sale here in Camden. And so 2 years ago we did that, and we will be selling parking lot spots. They're $20 for the spot. We get that. The rest of the money is yours for the day. So, and then we will have our own setup. June 6th. This is just a God thing. So the board and I met, and we were trying to just kind of brainstorm on what we could do a little bit different, but try to get our name out there as well so people know who we are. So I applied to see if we could rent the city park and for a gospel singing. So we'll have about 4 groups, and then we will, it's free. So we'll sell hot dogs, popcorn, soda, things, things like that. We'll also have ultimate games, so like a 3-legged race and a pie eating contest, all that kind of stuff. So when we do that, that is going to be on June 6th, 2026. Our very first patient was seen June 6th, 2006. I didn't know it. I didn't know when I thought it was in May, but I found out that. So I mean, that's pretty cool. God was in that. So, and then again, like I said, our trivia contest will be October 3rd as well. You'll see it on Facebook, hopefully Instagram and things like that as well. So, but behind the doors, real quick, I told you that we do medical, dental, all that kind of stuff. But I can guarantee you, we have 3 medical rooms, we have 3 dental rooms. I invite all of you to come and just visit. Come see our clinic. We've updated it. It's so pretty in there. But what you see behind closed doors, you can hear somebody praying to somebody or just confiding stories because they need to talk. You'll see hugging, you'll just see joking around. We're so, I don't want to say lighthearted, but we just make sure that we're just friends with them. And that they, know that they can confide in us and they can trust in us. And so, other than that, we're just an easy group to get along with. We love to visit with everybody.
So the main thing that you're looking for the grant is just for it's gonna be like designated with dental dentures, or
it'll be mostly for the younger generation because they don't have any other help. But if we see fit, we have a lot of people that are homeless and they need help with medications and things like that they can't afford. We would help with that as well.
So what's the cost of the denture?
Around $2,000. Yeah. If it's a full set, they don't have to do anything. We do most everything. So then really they don't have to do anything but get the, the impressions and get the teeth, and it can anywhere between 16 to 2,000. And that's really that's what it's going to be designated for because they don't have it.
Krista, with the cuts and the AC or along here, are you seeing an increase in your patient?
We are not seeing that yet because it actually has not gone completely through. And the only time that we see it, unfortunately, is for those people to go to their physician and then they see their physician and then all of a sudden they owe a bill and they didn't know that they didn't have insurance. So that's when we see that. We already have a plan in place that we have postcards that will be made and sent out to all residents of the probably 4 surrounding communities, which is Laclede as well. But we are prepared to have that because it's going to hit, and when it does, it's going to be all the time.
And how many counties do you serve?
We are regional now. When I first started, we were just Camden, Miller, and Morgan, and now we're regional. So we can see.
What does that mean? What does regional mean? Is it?
So we see people in Sedalia.
Okay.
I mean, they come that far, Republic, because there's no free clinics around. So when they see us online, they will actually come to us. So.
But medical missions for Christ is a much larger organization.
No. No, we used to have a medical missions group that would go to third world countries. They just cut off all ties this year, or 2025.
It's not a national.
I just about to you, I thought there was a national.
There is a national one, but we're not part of it.
Okay,
So,
okay.
so
I understand that many medical problems are caused by addictions, drugs, or alcohol abuse. How do you deal with that? That requires more than just fixing teeth, doesn't it?
absolutely, absolutely. So, we actually work with Compass Health. And so we will send our patients because we know that they may need other medications that need to be watched over. And because we only have one clinic a month, we need to make sure that we stay on top of that, make sure that those patients get to where they need to go. So we will send them to Compass Health. They will help them get Medicaid, and then they will also get them in the counseling that they need as well, or into the groups.
Are there any other questions or for Ms. Krista?
I just actually have a comment. I actually was already following medical.
Oh, awesome.
I didn't know as much as you just shared, and so that was really good. What I did, even though I looked really good on my phone, I invited, and that's one thing that you can do on Facebook. Just invite your friends to. It's all about the awareness.
Yes.
And then what I also did is I shared the website to Facebook, introducing people to it. So, and that's something that it absolutely costs you nothing except for, people going, oh my God, to reach out and other.
I thought maybe you had a couple extra jobs with some of these.
Yeah, but thank you.
Right, no, thank you, appreciate that.
Krista, is there something you hope one of us would ask that we have not?
No, these are different questions, I love this. Okay, I did, yes. Yes, sir.
Just a little bit, Jack's Sporting Goods has an overabundance of Adidas tennis shoes. They are selling them for $20 a pair,
Oh,
and they're selling $130 a pair. And they have kids, women's, men's, but you might go talk to her.
yes.
Because they still have like 3 pallets of them.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
I'll do it.
That's brand new.
they're brand new.
That's awesome.
I bought them for $20 in the box at $134.95.
Oh, my
Where's
goodness.
it
If you buy one, I will bet it.
There you go.
Yeah, we like a deal here.
Yeah.
We're a deal center, yeah. Krista, I can't thank you enough. This was great. What we would like to do is, on behalf of Rotary, and for your time speaking with us today, our foundation locally has really been focused on the eradication of polio. So in your name, we will be donating polio vaccines that are used globally. So thank you so much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thanks. I'm gonna